Smuzzy in the Dave Cave. I've not done this for a little while. So let's start from the beginning, because I like a story. I got laid off yesterday from work very unexpectedly, like virtually no notice whatsoever. It was just, oh, we're closing the entire department. Here's a week notice. So I got a bit tipsy last night, woke up with a rap at the door going, what the hell is that? With a headache, which is why I'm wearing the hat, because frankly. So I was feeling a bit fragile, inside and outside. And then the knock at the door brought this. Woo! Look at that! Look at that. Now instantly I looked at that and thought that is either the mouthy teeth of Unicron, or it's the chesty gobbler from the DJ D-Man, the great big bloke that puts people in his chest and grinds them up. What this is a stand. It's a very, very nicely made stand. It's got this weird in there thing, and I don't know what it's for. It's like something should plug in there and there's nothing else that's come with it. If you can inform me, let me know. But I like doing these out of the box things. I just like doing these out of the box things because I've not done one for a little while. I've not really been in the mood for YouTube because just weird, life's a bit weird. But this, oh my word. So let me just turn that down a little bit to get rid of the glare. Look! Oh my Jigglypuff! I am Megatron, and that's UTR03 Dragoon! And look, because I love my packaging, look, it's like Visionaries. Woo! That's just sexy. On the back, we've got Dragoon. Now, this is, as ever, an open the box kind of gig because for two reasons. One, I just like taking them out of the box and transforming them is a thing. Transforming them, you need to be careful because you don't want to break stuff. You don't want to break stuff out of the box. You don't want to do anything untoward. You don't want to be bad. You don't want anything bad to happen. Secondly, shout to Martin Cole, who does tell me off from time to time for not making videos anymore. We're going to have a transformation party where we're just going to sit and transform them for the first time together, because if you have robot friends, you should embrace your robot friends. It's very big. I haven't done that laugh in ages. It feels really good. Oh, clamshell. Clamshell's quite nice. Accessories first. Oh! Oh my god, I'm so happy. So the first thing that's in there that I'd totally forgotten that was coming is that. That is Optimus Prime's face. But that isn't just Optimus Prime's face. That is Optimus Prime's face. Oh my god. So if you have a Unique Toys Challenger, and trust me, if you like this stuff, you absolutely must have a Unique Toys Challenger. It's next level beautiful. This also has the head lifty gimmick, but I can't make it work. I'm not gonna. Does that go? Does that mean it will lift up now? Yes. So we do that, and then we turn. Ooh. That somehow, how is that going to work? That goes like that. So it's the same pull-out spinny gimmick. It's on a lifter, and then you spin it around, and then you push it back down. If you've got one, you'll know all about it. And then his face, oh dear, look at that. Oh my god. Do you know, having that makes this just that little bit more sweet. If you don't have a Unique Toys Challenger, you are making a terrible mistake. Whoa. So you've got this massive, great big gun that sits at the beginning of probably the worst Transformers. Once upon a time, we sit there and went, oh, Revenge of the Fallen, and that's terrible. And then the Last Night came out, and it was just like, Revenge of the Fallen's actually not that bad. So that's his gun. It's got this chain thing that plugs onto him. Oh, just yummy. Then he gets his shield, which is just a peg on the back. Just a peg on the back with shield. I'm going to move that like that. And I'm going to move that like that. And then that's a little bit better. Shieldy, shieldy. Whoa. Sword. Very, very lightweight. Very lightweight. Feels a little bit KO. Doesn't need, I mean, look how thin it is. It doesn't, but it's a bit wibbly wobbly. I suppose it needs to be a bit wibbly. Because it's big, if you were to drop that, it would snap. And if you just, yeah, you get where I'm coming from. It's probably covered in coronavirus. I shouldn't laugh about it. Speaking of which, shout out to the Ben's Collectibles people who do his Patreon. Hi. I'm a very proud sponsor of Ben's Collectibles. And you should go and sub to his channel if you're not. Everyone is already. He's got like, you know. Are you ready? Looking over here. Let me just. It's very big. An engine block thing. Oh, so we've got something that's instantly fallen off right out of the box, but it's on a so it's on a spring with a and it's just a ball joint. So I'm just going to put that on now and fight with it a little bit because the long thing doesn't want to go in the hole. Are you ready? Wow. Just wow. Let's see if I can organise myself a little bit better. Is it going to stay there? Look at that. Just let me enjoy my toy for a moment. It doesn't feel, somehow, it doesn't feel quite as well put together. It's very light. There's very, very little die cast in here. I'm going to explore. Hang on. Right, so I'm going to turn this like this and I'm going to move this down just a smidge. You can see my new display. 2 more Billy bookcases and then still the ones down there. So we've got turny head. So that'll go down loads. It'll go up not at all because his helmet hits at the back. He'll do, will it do quizzical dog? No, it's just on an up and down hinge and a rotate. So you got an up and down hinge and a rotate. I'm assuming this stuff at the back is going to move. We'll play with that another day. It's an out of the box thing. What have I just said about breaking stuff? So out, soft ratchet, shoulder pads move nicely and get out of the way. That's exactly the right ratchet. It's very stiff, but it's not so stiff that you move it and think that all the other joints are going to move too. Move the arm is exactly the same feeling, which is very, very nice. Look at the detail that's coming up on the biceps. Forearm is again clickety, clickety, lush, lush. I like that. And then there's a rotation at the bottom of the bicep, which is good. Hands turn at the wrist. No up and down, but the fingers, so you've got the index finger is one piece with a hinge in the middle, so he can pick his nose, and then all 3 of the others move together. The thumb is beautiful. Look, the thumb is on a ball joint there, and then a separate joint there, so his thumb will not only go up and down, which is one of the problems with Optimus, is his thumbs tend to stick straight up. This one will rotate forwards and backwards, so it will give him, I'm assuming that's, well, this, I suppose Optimus is like a sword wielder as well, isn't he, specifically in that. Oh. We've got waist swivel, which is very nice. We've got these pauldron things on the side. Now, the first thing I'm quite surprised is they're in the way. They're really in the way, but they're on hinges. Look, boing, boing, boing. So you've got a ball joint there, which is underneath, and that's the bit that had come off when I got it in the first place. And then they will go all the way around wherever you want. And then that, if I turn him around, that is a spring that works inside. That is the back of his body. His body. Can't see any wings. There's no wings showing. So where those wings are going to come from will be an adventure for whenever Martin turns up to come around and say, the only wings I can see are wingtips at the top of his gooch, basically. So you've got these flaps. Oh, soft rubbery plastic, because they're bendy, but that's all right. We can live with that. And they are on a hinge up in the inside, so they're hinging at the top. And that sort of flappy movement that makes them look like they're going freely, they're actually not. They're a little sort of hindering, but not the end of the world. So, hips, lovely. That's forward. So forwards and back is a very soft, it's just a friction hinge. Out to the side is a ratchet. Hold its own weight beautifully. Knee pad is all, this is very nice. Look. So all the feet are engine parts, but they don't, it doesn't look like. Turn that. That's a hinge, that's just a friction hinge, but it's a nice buttery friction hinge, as Vangelis would say. It's not a double joint, but look how far back it'll get. Long, long way. So I'm just gonna, as I normally do with these, I'm just gonna go like that. Just great. Feet will basically untransformed by the look of it, but where are we with the feet? The feet don't move. See, this is the problem with Challenger as well, is the feet are really, really static. So that comes apart at the bottom, which you can start seeing aeroplane parts there. And then that front piece, look, has got, that will turn, which I'm assuming is a transformation bit, but it's also got a rocker in there. So the toes themselves will change on the rocker, but this part of the foot is static. So I'm glad about that. That's still better than, that's all right, that's fine. And then when you want to stand him, is he going to stand? Do you know what this feels like? Good God, when you stand him up, it looks good. I'm going to take you off the stand in a minute and show you some shizzle. But, that's astounding. We're near the end of this. Just bear with me. I know we've been going on for absolutely ages, but you've got to wait for a second. Megatron. And he is dynamic. He stands beautifully. His posing is great. His plastic feels exactly it's exactly the same as oversized KO Wei Zhang stuff. But I have got no problem with that whatsoever. This thing, I'm sorry about the shaky stuff, but it's not really what this is meant for, because I showed you a good look already. I love this toy! This is huge. If you have a Rensora, your Rensora is now redundant. You don't need it anymore. You might as well sell it to someone who can't afford or doesn't get the opportunity to get one of these, because always, always pass on what you get throughout the community, especially if you're a movie fan. Mark! Hello. It's just magnificent. It is. It's so good. It's just magnificent. Comes with scoops in the hands, so you can take the sword and press the sword into his hand. Look at that. This is the last thing I'm going to show you, because it's going on too long now. But look, you press that into the hand, and then you push the three things together. So that is obviously just made to go specifically with this sword, isn't it? Then the index finger is going to close round differently, but you can have the knuckle up ever so gently like that, because that gives him a very sort of naturally, it makes it look more natural. It's natural. And then the thumb is going to turn round Ow! They're very sharp. Look at the way he holds his sword. It's like he's really holding his sword. I mean, he is holding his sword. He's actually holding his sword. But he looks like he's holding his sword, which is Optimus's big downfall, isn't it? Because if you've got Challenger, you'll know that everything is painted beautifully, except the hands, which are just made of Hasbro thigh grey plastic, which is a real shame. That is what he looks like holding his sword. These are unwieldy and somewhat annoying. This is very nice. It's very nice. He's got his thing that goes in there. Let's just put that in there, so you can do the bit from the last night where he speaks to Barricade and says, "I am Megatron," and then that chainy bit is going to plug into the. Oh, look at that! So that goes like that. That chain is going to. Son of a bitch! Let's just get it done. I keep saying we're nearly the end, and then I keep talking. That's just what I do. Oh. So that plugs into the top of his armlet and the chain hangs down. And then you get that stupid great big base. Oh, I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to swear. I'm going to make some changes with my YouTube. Unique Toys Dragoon is very, 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 very nice. If you are one of these suckers that thinks that having loads of die-cast in a toy makes it a perfect toy, then this isn't the toy for you, because it is fairly light. It's a lot lighter than a lot of the big Wei Zhang stuff, which, to be fair, I've got nearly all of. It's very good. Scale-wise, it's going to upset some people because it's only really going to scale with Unique Toys Challenger. But if you were to put them together in a Detolf, which I am going to do today, you won't be disappointed. My name has been Smuzno, and life is a bit weird, and I'm not really doing this YouTube thing anymore, but I got this and it was just like, I have to show people, I have to show the world. It's transformation video, party video with Martin, coming probably early next week, because I've got lots of time now, because I haven't got a job anymore.